Are you ready for the ultimate bikepacking weekend adventure? Join us for an unforgettable self-supported bikepacking trip through Southwest Virginia. The Grayson Gravel Pie Bikepacking Adventure travels along the Virginia Creeper Trail, the beautiful gravel roads of Grayson County, Virginia, and the New River Trail. All lodging and camping arrangements are included, along with daily routes and guides riding along with you. This self-supported adventure offers resupply opportunities every 20 miles for your food and water needs. Find out more at graveltraveldirt.com.
You're listening to Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt.
Hey, buddy, I'm Brian.
I'm Richard. I'm Joey.
Welcome to episode 102, Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt. Come on along, everybody. Spend the next hour or so with us, Joey and I, talking about gravel bikes. We talk about adventure biking of all types and flavors.
Do we?
Yeah, we do, I think. Bike packing, bike camping, or just playing bikes. How you doing tonight, Joey?
I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah? You look good over there.
Thank you.
You got your flannel on.
Flannel season.
You got your unpaved helmet, hat. You look very festive. You look like you're ready for Christmas, which I really like. That's you're hot to go.
Well, it is Christmas. Well,
It's Christmas.
It was
season.
greeny.
Yeah. Anything going on? I don't think we have any new support this week.
Our continued support.
Continued support from all of the lovely people on Patreon and PayPal. And T-shirt sales continue. I don't think I've sold a T-shirt in a week or two, maybe.
Oh, so that whole thing was a waste?
No, I've heard from a few people along the way that their shirts hadn't shown up, and then I would get a message from them. I was like, please give it just a few more days because it is, holiday Christmas, and they're still counting votes that are coming in through the mail. So I asked them to just be patient and wait, and they were all agreeable. But what I did do, anybody who hadn't received their T-shirt yet, I asked them for what size they ordered, and I took them out of stock so that I would make sure to have a replacement should I actually need it. And I haven't needed any of them because everybody that has contacted me did eventually arrive. So that's my hope is that's going to continue, and I haven't heard from anybody else. What are you doing?
My O button's stuck.
Oh, that's actually not a bad button to have stuck, huh? Let that sink in.
Oh, Jesus. Anyway, what are we talking about? We do not have a guest speaker tonight.
Nope.
As our guest speaker had a issue right before the podcast.
Yep. So we're doing another holiday. That's a holiday episode
Tonight?
Maybe we could go back and relive some of our more favorite episodes. We could talk about them. That would be fun to do. I'll never forget the first night we did this, sitting up there in the bedroom and with beer all over the place, and Wes
Sarah McLaughlin. No, Danica Patrick.
Yeah, Danica Patrick, and Wes was in his fancy little cap. He had his old
old 40s taxi cab.
His old man cap. What are you drinking tonight, Joey? What have you got going on over there?
Fine Air. And I got one of those DC Browse porters.
You got?
I don't want it.
Go ahead.
I just got these nice koozies, but I don't want to take it out of the koozie because the can's hard to put back in.
Well, that's what I was asking you because we've never done
Keeps them warm.
Koozie
Cold.
We've never done the koozie thing before, and I'm having a Sam Adams Oktoberfest. So clink, Joey. Why is it hard to get in and out of the can?
Because the can's malleable.
It's what?
Malleable. It's soft.
Oh.
I got one of these. I think I've had this on here before.
Yeah, we've had that before. You had that before.
That's good.
Clink. Good job.
Clink.
I thought we were getting all.
I'm trying to get on the koozie track. I have a lot of koozies. I got more recently. So if I don't use them, I'm going to throw them out, and I don't want to throw them out.
They're one of those things that you collect, and I never use them.
You using one right now?
I'm using one of yours. It actually is keeping my hand. When it's cold out, it keeps your hand warm.
Yeah, well, that's 30-something degrees outside right now.
It's what it's
we
good
skip
for.
fall.
Yep, went straight to winter. Well, that's what we always do. Went straight from summer into winter. And we got anybody in the live stream yet Figure we chitter-chattered enough, but I don't think
Marcus has
there's
been
any
waiting since 4:30.
better. I hope his surgery went well. I've talked to Marcus a couple of times over the past week. Sounds like things are going well. Do you want me to do my weekly catch-up first, or do you want to go first?
You go first.
I feel like you've got real things to talk about.
No, I don't.
I just jibber-jabber. I had another good week last week on the bike, 175-ish miles, something like that. Even though I did have to go back and forth to Florida over the weekend. So
Florida, man.
Yeah. Left Saturday morning, like in the dark, and drove down Saturday, got to Orlando Saturday night, turned around and came back on Sunday. My daughter's a relatively new driver, and her car needed to come home over winter break. So it was a good thing for the both of us to go down, and then we drove.
Oh, you drove it home?
Yeah, we drove the car home. So drove down. My wife and I drove down in the truck, and then she drove back in the car with her. So that was...
Oh, so when you called me, you were alone.
Yeah.
I was having dinner at my parents'.
Yeah, because on the way back, I was like super bored, and it got dark, and I was trying to find somebody to talk to.
You don't have the... you got Waze in your truck?
Yeah.
You got the Mario Kart update?
No. What does that do?
It's like playing Mario Kart. No, I'm just kidding.
Be awesome.
Brian's out there like, on the way home there.
Throw turtles out at people out the window. I even tried to call Wes.
Yeah, $20 he didn't pick up.
No, he didn't pick up. Didn't call me back. Didn't text back. Didn't anything. But you were texting me. But we were doing voice text.
Did you like my
Yes.
Did that actually work?
Yes, it did. Absolutely.
I'm going to have you do it to me tomorrow when I'm in.
So everybody knows. Joey sent me a text of the Chevy Chase little monologue, I guess, from when in vacation they were on their way to Wally World.
No,
that's what that was from.
No, that was from Christmas Vacation. When I think it was the part. I know exactly what it is, but I think it's after. It's when he gets the jelly donut of the month thing, and then he does that, and then Cousin Eddie goes and gets the boss. It's that scene.
Oh, okay. So I was like, I was driving and it was dark, but I heard. No, I really thought that was from.
I'm 100% sure
when they went to Wally World. I'm gonna have to look it up and read it now. I'm gonna look it up while you're going through your stuff.
You can't read it on here.
No, I can't read it, but I can take some pieces out and read it. 12 Rides of Christmas through the club is going fantastic. The little system I set up seems to be working beautifully. I've only had a few little hiccups where people needed to fix some Strava links that they were sending to me. So that's going swimmingly. And I think we brought in like 30 some toys for Tots. The bin was pretty
a lot.
Well, 30 people brought toys. So I'm sure that most everybody brought more than one toy. So we did fill up that bin. I remember seeing the pictures of the people towards the end of that. It was full. And if you're listening and you would like to participate, you can actually do this.
Yeah.
It's open to all.
You could win a $600 whatever gift certificate, 4 without just donating toys.
Just donating toys.
That's all that matters.
The Patuxent Adventure Center was very generous. And first prize is $400 gift card for Patuxent Adventure Center, then a $200, and then a $100. And then the club has, we're doing a year Strava membership. We're also doing I think a 6-month Zwift membership. I think that was the other thing.
Well, that's nice because that's almost $20 a month now.
Yeah, and it worked out. So I did the numbers and then a bunch of masks and other stuff. But it's over $1,100 in prizes.
Can you believe masks are like a thing to give out and do now?
Sure, we're with them they're with us for a while.
Oh, I know. I was just saying.
I will say this: on my drive back and forth to Florida, you hit like the North Carolina South Carolina border, and the mask thing cut in half. I won't say there were not people wearing them, but the only thing we were very cautious in our travels. It was only ducking into gas stations and ducking into fast food and then back in the truck. So we didn't feel like we were exposed, but wore my mask. I had a hazmat suit, had everything going on. And you'd go into the gas station, though, and they got the signs on the door. Mask required for entry. Mask,
No one has them?
No one had them. None of the people working there. Every once in a while, you'd see one of the people working there, like wearing them down around their chin or just hanging off of an ear. That was it, though. There was no mask. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means it's all a ruse or if it's a part of the I don't know what it means, but it is what it is. That's just the fact. I have no idea. I'm not going to try to interpret what all of that means. That's not my place. I'm not a doctor, even though I stayed at a Holiday Inn Express. I'm not going to do it.
You cannot read any of that quote into full sentences.
Well, I could beep it out. Not beep it out.
It doesn't
I can
sound as good.
It doesn't come off as good? Okay,
Yeah.
well, I'm still going to look at it. We have talked a lot. I actually do have a lot to talk about, don't I?
You always do.
We have talked a
Kind of
lot.
bashful.
Yeah, we've talked a lot on the podcast about the aftershocks, the open ear headsets, the bone conduction headsets, and really pumped them up. And we don't get anything back for that, not at all.
Oh, you don't? I do.
No, what? I had a problem with mine. The button to turn them on and off stopped working.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't. There's a definite, when they're working right, there's a definite click and you feel it push in. Mine got to the point where I could push as hard as I could and it wouldn't turn on or wouldn't turn off. And sometimes it'd be on and sometimes it would enter pairing mode or this, that, or the other. I emailed through their support for a warranty and I don't think I ever registered them. So I thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to be in for a ringer. All I had to do though was send them a screenshot of the Amazon purchase. And within a few days, I had a return authorization. And then the day after that, I got another email because they said, don't return them yet. We need to let you know how to do it, but we're going to replace them. Got an email the next day that said, don't send them back. I don't know if it's because of COVID or what, but it was just like, don't send them back. Find a place that recycles lithium batteries and your new ones are already on their way. And they showed up just a few days later. So, that's pretty good. Even though they say you can tell how a company is by when you have issues.
Yeah, that's how I gauge all my stuff, really.
Yeah, and it was actually pretty cool that
customer service.
Very, very painless process. Very painless process. So I'm happy about that. Do you have something special that I got for you?
No.
Yeah, I got something special for Joey. And I actually brought you some saltwater taffy back from Florida too.
Lacy, it's a one piece.
I think this is pretty cool. I saw this online and had to have it, and I knew that Joey would be the one to do it that would pull it off right. And that's exactly how you're supposed to wear that shirt as you stumble out of a restaurant. So Joey ate a 96er, and if anybody doesn't know the reference, I would hope that people know the reference. It's from the John Hughes film, The Great Outdoors. John Candy ate the 96er, and you got to eat the gristle too. There, Joe. You can't just eat the meat.
You gotta get some hats and shirts for the kids, and get some. Get some dessert down them or something.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that.
So sit like this all night.
That literally had your name written all over it, and I think it's the exact same T-shirt. I'm pretty sure it's actually the one that John Candy wore. I don't think it's even been washed. Now, if it was the one John Candy wore, it'd be a whole lot bigger.
Hey, I'm not a little guy.
You're not a little guy.
I'm
hey,
not John Candy.
Marcus just showed up in the live stream. What's up, buddy? I got one more thing, and this upsets you, I think, and I don't know if I've talked about it yet. I ordered a Nittany Mountain Works front bag. I can't remember.
Pierogi bag.
Pierogi bag. I put burrito bar.
You ordered it.
I don't know. I knew it was something like that. The pierogi bag. But I got the special unpaved edition that has the unpaved patch pre-sewn on the front. The other thing, too, is that bag matches my other bags.
Oh, see,
But when I looked on the actual, because those are just, I think, the unpaved versions.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
The colorways that you can get off of the Nittany website
are different.
They do not match. There's not one there that matches my bags. Now, I'm sure we could tell Evan, can I get one in this color, and he'd probably figure out a way to make it. But I was very excited to be able to support Dave and have the right colorway that matched my other bags. I'm excited about it. I know you were kind of like upset because I know you.
I wasn't upset. I was giving you crap.
You got some.
I
in the
always
shop.
give you crap.
I know. But I felt bad. That you'd ordered some for the shop, and I didn't even know that.
No, I just stocking up for the season.
But that happens all the time where you're like, "Hey, Brian, I'm getting ready to do an order for something. Do you need it?"
I always text you.
I'm gonna be like,
the stuff that I don't normally order.
I always say no, but then literally 30 minutes later, I text you back.
Actually, give me this, give me that. Actually, half that Yak Attack order is yours that showed up today.
I saw that picture. I was looking at it. I took a little gasp. I was like, saw all those things that.
Well, I got a lot of rod holders and those Garmin mounts. And
I may buy quite a few of those rod holders too.
I think actually they're almost all. I think I got 2 extra just for stock.
I might need them,
but
I think I'll need 6.
You will. They're actually pretty cheap. But that's for another podcast.
Yeah, that's another
And they're
podcast.
actually easy to get. They just lost my credit card the whole time. That's why it took forever.
Nah.
So I was like, I started complaining.
You better check that credit card when it comes in. Our Yakutek could have a little party on pack.
It happens.
So that's me. Big miles, Florida running around, 12 rides of Christmas, Aftershock. I am so excited. I've had that for a few weeks, and I was so excited. I was chomping at the bit. I was like, when should I give it to him? When should I give it to him? And then I was like, today's the 15th. That's close enough to Christmas. Let's do it. So, what's going on in your world, Joe?
Well, I am losing Nittany sales left and right to Dave Pryor. His father, Dave. No, I'm just kidding. I told Brian, I was like, actually, I think I'm going to sew my patch on. And then Brian's like, well, I bought one.
I bought one with the patch already sewn on.
I have Dave was giving me a lot of patches last year. Although this patch looks different. I mean, it's the same patch. It's the same thing, but the patch itself
could just
maybe
be
it's a picture.
Yeah, I think it's just a picture.
No, it's a high quality picture. What did I? So I rode on Sunday, which is the first in well, I think I rode a few weeks ago with Jess. Man, you missed out on all the warm weather though. It was 68 degrees on here on all weekend.
Well, whenever I go to Florida, I bring good weather. As soon
as you come back.
As soon as I come back, I bring bad weather with me. But when I leave here, you can count on the fact that while I'm gone, there's going to be good warm weather. And this is most definitely not Christmas vacation. This is vacation.
No, it's not.
Okay. He talks about, I'm going to have fun and you're going to have fun. We're going to need to have so much fun. We need to have plastic surgery to remove our smiles. You'll be singing Zippity Doo Dah. I got to be crazy. I'm on a pilgrimage to see a moose. Praise Marty Moose.
I must have copied though. I thought I copied the one with Danny Kaye and
we're 10 hours from the fun park and you want to bail out? Well, I'll tell you something. This is no longer a vacation. It's a quest. It's a quest for fun. I'm going to have fun and you're going to have fun. We're all going to have so much peeping fun. Yeah, that was...
Oh, it's because I thought I copied the different... No, well, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
I said I was 100% though.
Well, that's okay. That's okay. You can be wrong. You can be wrong. But that is most assured because I was like the moose. It had to be because I was, and it was funny because I do the voice text.
That's why I sent it to.
It's sitting there reading it, and I'm just, and it read it. It read the whole thing. It didn't censor it all. It read it right out. It was pretty awesome.
Well, I talked about taking a 2 in your bathroom. Probably your wife was in the car when you boudettes. And I was like, oh.
Okay, so that's it.
You missed the nice weather. I put on my nice GTD kit.
Yeah.
No layers, no nothing.
Yeah, nice.
And just went on my merry way.
Where'd you go?
Down to Maryland Avenue, back Asbury, and here's like 20 miles. I hate going on Solomon's now, so I go to the boat ramp and turn in. Yeah. The weekends are busy. No one everyone's crazy out there.
It's anytime you get decent weather this time
nice
of year,
weather.
The island's going to be
it's just packed. So I turned into the boat ramp because I wanted 20. I felt like I kept going. It just was so nice. But it was like 4 o'clock. I actually spent that morning making pierogi and kielbasa.
Nice. I've seen your dad post some pictures on new.
I finished up the pierogi with them, and then him, and my sister did all the kielbasa, which, I love it. We actually, for the first time ever, because what it is, my dad gets like 20 pounds of meat, and then what you do, you get a big container, and it's the first year he bought it pre-ground, because usually we grind it.
Okay.
Like back in the old school days, because I know we have a lot of Pennsylvania people, and whatnot, at least for the pierogies. But the kielbasa side, my dad, when I was little, we used to use the hand crank and actually grind up the pork.
It's like when you're a kid making ice cream and you had to sit on the thing and somebody had to turn the grinder or turn the wheel.
So this year, and then we've slowly upgraded to like, meat grinder, and then you can turn that grinder into a sausage thing. But
now you just sit in the living room while, something happens in the kitchen and then it all just magically pops out.
And then I enjoy making it, but usually you take 20 pounds of ground pork, then you got garlic and rosemary garlic, marjoram, salt, water. It's 20 pounds, so you got to mix it in slowly to get the right. And then you go by smell. It's a lot of fun. And then when you finally think you're close, you make a little patty and put it in the pan. And when you
right away.
Oh, it was so good. Usually it's multiple things. It's still a lot of work. And then my dad got a new sausage thing where you just still a crank thing, but it's it was really efficient. Yeah. It only took us a few hours.
Nice.
Made like 20 pounds of sausage.
That's like a holiday thing for you guys? Yeah, that's cool.
So we always do Polish food because my dad's Polish. Christmas Eve.
Nice.
So do all the pierogi. My dad makes all the Polish stuff, the different noodles and all, and I love it. It's one of my favorite meals besides St. Patty's Day because it's the best day of the year.
We had corned beef and cabbage last week. Carrie made it.
So good. I have a corned beef frozen. I identify more as Irish.
We
it's the Sheehan side.
we had that big slicer. Showed you the big slicer that we used for the turkey.
Did I tell you I got one of those too?
Do you really?
My dad got it for me like 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
Both my parents for Christmas because I was like, I'm making all my sandwich meat and I'm slicing it by hand. Sorry.
Nice.
But they want me to do a corned beef to do like Reubens and stuff.
Oh yeah, it was so good, dude. And do a turkey on it. Smoke a turkey on your smoker and run it through that slicer. Oh, it's good stuff right there, man. What?
I was gonna say I already have that in my fridge.
Oh, cool.
Last week I smoked a turkey breast, and I've been taking my lunch meat for like a month now
Smart.
with roast beef, and I did a smoked turkey breast yesterday.
And did you run through the slicer?
Oh yeah.
Smart guy.
Yeah, I make you other than the initial setup, and I know we're getting way off the bike track, but making your own lunch meat.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, it's so much more cost effective.
Yeah. Oh my
you
goodness,
get like a 3-pound turkey breast and slice it, and
Oh yeah.
like $10
Yeah.
versus $10 a pound.
The hardest part's cleaning the slicer.
Are you cleaners? I got pretty good at it.
He's taking.
You have like you probably have like a full industrial slicer.
Oh my god, it's like the size of this table.
Yeah,
like
I know
sometimes.
mine's.
It's
Where were? Oh yeah, so we're talking. So actually, just, rode my Sequoia, and it felt good. My legs were definitely sore, and but it is what it is.
I saw your picture you put on Instagram of the new gum wall sticker.
Yeah.
That was nice.
I wrote that.
I
Eric thought you wrote it.
Yeah, I got accused of actually promoting
I never got back on there.
self-promotion, but
No.
that's okay.
It was pretty good.
Joey wrote that. I made the
Yeah.
sticker, and Joey did because you're the Instagram guy. I do very little on Instagram. I don't.
You got like 10 Instagram accounts.
I know there's too many. of them.
No, I was actually excited, and then I got a little depressed when I realized we might have bad weather, cold this week.
Yeah.
So might have been the last short sleeve jersey. But although a couple years ago on New Year's Day, me, Austin, and Jess did a big ride on, and it was like 70 degrees. But
Hey, you get those weird days when
Yeah.
they pop up like that.
although I did think about it, I was like, man, my legs are getting tired after 20. Like, if I were to go the NCR, the full shot right now.
You'd have another little baby bird
Yeah.
moment. I need to get my 20 miles unpaid for the 12 rides.
Did you see
still haven't done
Melissa
that.
did Dowra here?
Yeah.
Holy
Brad did the same thing. They just went down in there and just started looping all over the place and looping on gravel.
I've been talking about the Dow Road gravel grinder. People have already done it.
If you can get 20 miles in that, because it's what? By the time if you were to loop all those little pieces together without backtracking, you could probably get 3 miles.
Oh, yeah. No, we've done it before like that.
Maybe I'll come down here and do that just because it's across the street from your house. And then I could ride over here and get like an aid station and then go back
Not
over
if
there.
I'm not here.
Well,
Jess will be working.
just go right in your back porch.
So we can leave it cooler. Neighbors might shoot you.
Get a hand up.
So no, that was enjoyable.
Yeah.
So we and Jess did buy a new car on Saturday.
Congratulations.
So we got a new Outback. So we're a double Subaru couple.
You have been talking about that for months. I'm
Back and forth, yeah.
Yeah, you were like thinking about it, and then you kind of back and the back and the back and back and forth.
So it's just December and it's all the deals, and we took a ton of money off the price, and
Nice.
now we got in the Adventure Mobile, but typical new car, but there's nothing you can buy to like there's no bike racks.
Well, what do you? Oh, you can't find one.
Yeah,
Because
well,
I wondered what because you've got it in the show notes.
because I was looking at hitches too, and so it's actually pretty strong. Like it has a swingable roof rack that's integrated in there.
Wow.
And it's a lot stronger than a normal factory roof rack that you flimsy bars.
I need to see it during the day.
It's pretty stout, but I still can't get a. Luckily, it's this time of year where we have her Subaru, and we still have your bike rack, which we put back on because she moved her friend, and we have her bikes in her house now.
Okay.
So we got a lot of bikes here. So that came in handy, but yeah, come springtime, I'll be trying to figure out how to put it's actually one of the cars where I'm just going to do. I hate having the dealer put it on. I was watching the video.
Why would you have the dealer put it on?
You got to take off the bumper. You got to take everything out of it. It's ridiculous.
So you don't actually have the hitch underneath of it. So you need to put a hitch on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Eventually, it's not a rush. We have another car with a hitch, so.
Yeah. Have you looked at like eTrailer because they do great videos on?
There is a great video. It's just no matter how you do it, you have to take because I'll want to run wiring to it too.
Okay.
And they have the kit, and the wiring is the easiest part because Subaru actually already has a thing that runs out, and you just plug it in.
I'm surprised with a Subaru with an Outback that it didn't actually come with a hitch already on it. That just feels like to me that's something that they would put on out of the box.
But
okay.
same thing though. If, we have the other car with a rack. Well, we have your rack.
Well, that's okay.
So if we go to NCR, we're all going together anyway, I guess. So
score.
We take one vehicle.
We need to do that. I only need 20 miles unpaved, so we could go up and do the canal, or we could go do NCR, parts of NCR.
Man, I want to do the canal.
You do or don't?
I do.
We can just go do it. We'll go to Swain's Lock. You ride 10 miles out, 10 miles back, just like
we
did
the whole
before.
thing.
You want to do the whole thing?
Yeah.
In the spring.
So I want to take 5 days, do the Gap in the canal.
I mean, that would be a good trip.
Yeah.
5 or 6 days. You wouldn't really have to rush. You would have plenty of time to see things. Sometimes if you go so fast on the canal, there's lots of stuff to see that you miss if you go too fast.
We were talking about that today with a customer who's friends with Dave, who lives up in Pittsburgh, and it's funny because he went into his REI because that's his only shop around, and they him and Dave were telling me a story today, and I forgot. I guess the bike shop guys there or girls heard of us because of the podcast.
Oh, really?
Up in Pittsburgh, yeah. No, it's like, oh yeah, got my big head now.
That's funny.
Yeah, he just Matt just got a new Diverge that we had. Came and got that, and it's it's nice. It's one of the nice GRX one of the new 2021 Diverges.
I'm hoping that by the time spring solid rolls around, this COVID stuff is going to be gone. What are you doing?
Peppermint Bark.
I'm hoping this COVID stuff is going to be at least very close. I think we're stuck with masks. I don't want to get into all this, but I think we're stuck with masks and all that other nonsense for a while.
I don't mind the masks.
I don't mind the masks.
I don't have to look at people's fugly faces.
I don't have teeth, so it's
especially like mine in a mirror. Yeah,
perfect for me.
You too.
I no problem with that. I can understand though people that have to wear them 8-10 hours a day. I can see where that would be hugely problematic and not a lot of fun. I don't know. So there we go. You got anything else? Are you done?
No, I think that was it.
That's it. You got what was this wolf tooth new?
Oh, I meant to put that because we got some of those in for stock of the new wolf tooth Masterlink plier multi-tool things.
Okay,
the things are sleek. They're about $80 or something. They are awesome. They have everything on them you need.
Wow,
and it's a nice sleek because I have the other wolf tooth Masterlink pliers, which you get a couple little tools on it. This thing is like a Swiss Army knife of bike tools.
How big is it?
It's pretty. It's
substantial.
Yeah.
Any
we sold a few. We have one left.
Any slick way to store that, or is it just sort of like a big thing that goes?
It's the kind of you're not putting it on your roubaix, like your gravel bike, and you take something like that, you're going to have ample room in your pierogi bag.
You're going to have a bag anyway.
Your unpaved bag.
Yeah, I'm hoping that my camera fits in that pierogi bag. My little M50.
It should.
Looking at the dimensions of it, I'm pretty sure my M50 will fit in there. So. Before we do Strava Club, is there anything we want to catch up over here in the live stream? Oh, yeah, lots of stuff. Who do we got here tonight?
It's Marcus's son.
Okay.
I love peroxides and kielbasa.
He loves peroxide kielbasa.
Is that hydrogen, Marcus? We got to bring it over. I don't know. I was going to say you and Marcus and other people have garages, but I'm just... Maybe with some second hands. It's probably 2 hours still. Taking off that bumper. Tossing some rally lights and a lift for good measures.
I told you, though, you can just bring a vehicle over and put it in the barn. And
I know Marcus keeps sending me things I'm not modifying it. There is some pretty badass overlanding Outbacks. Me and Ted are talking about the thing.
Wiring tip, wire through the firewall, plug through the interior.
And they actually have it tucked up on the top of the spare tire tank.
Oh, see, that's nice because then it's inside.
Yep.
Oh, that is really convenient. Yep.
Although I bought an F-150, obviously, and that hitch was about 10 minutes because it's just a truck, and they're it just has 4 bolts, and the wiring was just dirty.
I'm going to tell you, one of the easiest hitches that I've ever put on a vehicle was on my Prius. Believe it or not, they have. So
you can tow some major. No.
Well, no, I can put. It's not a 2-inch receiver hitch; it's a 1 1/4. But I can put 2 bikes on there, and in a tray mount, it was so simple because the Prius, they have some tie down straps in the back for shipping that are just no longer needed. So the bolts are already there, and all you had to do is just drop the muffler and slide it in and put all those bolts back in place.
Put a MagnaFlow on that thing.
Done.
Or a straight pipe, the Prius.
There we go. Make some noise.
What was I going to say? I would say the only reason I want wiring is eventually because if I get rid of the truck, I would like a little kayak trailer.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that'd be nice.
It's under 1,000 pounds. Anyway.
You're a 3-car family now.
For a little bit. Truck won't be here forever.
Yeah.
I got plans with that though. Demolition. No, that truck's still blue. The truck still blue books for like almost $10,000, which is ridiculous.
So let's look at Strava Club.
Strava Club. So what I wanted to do with Strava this week, and it wouldn't let me, is I wanted to go by hours.
Yeah, I don't know that I'll let you do.
You gave it's weird because you can do elevation and time and stuff. Time is obviously hours. You can't do time. It wouldn't let me do hours.
If you set the club, I know that triathlon clubs, they rank everything by hours.
No,
so there is a way to convert the club if you change
You're
the
not
primary
converting to a tri club.
No, well, I'd say that's.
I'll just quit the podcast. So I wanted to see it comparatively speaking because like Sonia, Miss Pippin, was number one again with like 400.
Oh, it's more than that. It's probably like
400
500
something miles. But if you look at Sonia's elevation, she did it all on trainer. She did 0.
Well,
so I'm just trying to.
Was it a smart trainer with some sort of virtual thing on the
2 hash marks? It has 0. Doesn't even have a 0. It has hash marks.
Okay.
But then I look at, all right, so Warren Ross, local Warren, he goes from 2nd to 6th because of elevation. Or Chris Joyce. I'm getting too technical with it. So Sonia had 510 miles.
500.
She's not even someone I was going to mention as far as top. There's like the 3 I picked, but I just had to. I had to say that.
But it's also like Vegan Matt is always up there at the top too, and he'll come in with like 700 miles.
Vegan Matt 398, local Warren 442.
That's big miles for local Warren.
Yeah,
well, I don't think
local
he normally.
Mark Philly Bike Expo Mark 329.
Wow, big weeks.
Yeah,
holy cow.
So
Mark's rides are legit. Like,
so we had one person at 199.3. That was all the way down to 25. Everyone else above that was above 200. So to make the top 10, you needed a 271.
Where was I? I had 170 something.
You didn't make the top.
Well, I know I didn't make the top 25.
No, you're 34.
34. Okay, that's respectable. I'll take that.
All right, so let's see. Jonathan Paul from Verona, Pennsylvania, with 166.7.
Good job, Jonathan.
David Hunter from Richmond, Virginia, with 146.8.
Good job, David.
And then Salvatore, old Sal, from Sayreville, New Jersey, with 118.8.
I always look at those people like Sal's in our cover picture for the Facebook page, and like that's the best picture ever.
That is,
and Eric is in there, and Sal's in there,
Father
and
Dave,
Larry's in it, and the 3 of us, and Larry, and
that could be like an album cover.
Yeah.
So we went up from 116 to 118 for the top 100, 118.8, and we're up to 680 in our members. If you're not a member yet, strava.com/clubs/gravel travel dirt.
I told you last week that I've started to go through the Strava Club, like the recent activities, and just like checking out people's rides and giving them kudos and stuff like that. And there was somebody from the leader, the random shout outs last week. And I saw that she had done a ride, and it was like this crazy kind of ride. And I was like, hey, I commented on it. I didn't just give kudos. I commented on it. And I said, by the way, you were a random shout out on the podcast. And I got this comment back. It was like, it was like I was stalking. It was like, who is this? And why are you commenting or something like that? And so I explained it. And she was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. Thanks. It was funny. But,
was it though? Creepy Brian?
No, I wasn't. I remembered her name from the random shout outs, and then I saw her name on there. So it was just, oh, stop it, Joey.
Oh, I forget. You know what I did is not bike related, but have you watched the movie Gettysburg?
Yeah.
It's 4.5 hours long.
Yeah.
I started that yesterday.
When are you going to
I
finish
finished it
Did you really?
at 10 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's a good movie.
Oh, I love that movie.
It's a very good
I didn't
movie.
realize some of the cast.
Yeah. It's very long.
Anyway, I just was thinking of Pennsylvania when you said that. We were up at PA in Richmond. But I also saw Sal. He rides that Alaire place a lot. That's up where my brother-in-law rides.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I haven't ridden Alaire in like a year. I guess pre-COVID.
All right, what else we got to talk about tonight?
Meat and potatoes were a little lacking, but I know we can still chat because Rob from Speed Sleeve had some issues coming on tonight, but Rob was supposed to be on. Just in case, I actually did this before. Did you see I wrote about I put in there. Did you see the write-up the Radavist had on the GAP-C&O?
No, I'm opening it up now.
Like that was top, it was one of the top stories all weekend because it was a Friday and it sat all the way on top all weekend.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty cool.
Touring, not tourist. Pittsburgh to D.C. along the Gap. December 10th by Brett Rothmeyer.
Yeah, so check it out.
I'm sure it's got some great pictures.
Good picture.
too.
Yeah, just everything. It was a good article.
And the trip looks like it was in October, which is a beautiful time to do that trip. I love that idea, touring, not tourist.
Yeah.
That I always tell people is like, don't be a tourist, be a traveler on your bike. That's the way to do it right. And I'm sure if it's Radavist, they're going to have some great pictures.
No, I just wanted to point that out because that's in our backyard.
I'll put a link to this into the show notes so that
thank you.
anybody wants to check that out can do it. Yeah, I mean, I'm just flipping through it now, just thumbing through it, and it's great pictures. Great pictures.
Thank you.
Doesn't look like it's really too big of a heavy of a read. So thank you for sharing that, Joey.
Not too heavy. A lot of pictures. That's my kind of thing.
It says stream finished.
Do you know what's even better?
Why does it say stream finished?
Well, I don't do any of that stuff. Our stream is over, but our pod is still on.
Yeah, we're still going.
So
we're just going to keep going, and we're all audio now. I'm not exactly sure what happened to the stream.
You know what's better than a lot of pictures and a little reading?
What's that?
Video.
Video.
I also put... I didn't put it in here. So we talked about the Arkansas High Country race somewhat recently. That 1,000-mile new event out of what's that town in Arkansas? That's like Walmart. Bentonville, yeah.
Bentonville.
So Ted, we know ahead of time Ted did it and Ted won it.
Mm-hmm.
But Ted had a really good video. I think it's 20-something minutes long. It's the kind you want to put on your TV.
Mm-hmm.
It was all, it was all the typical. He had his GoPro and he did it himself from start to finish.
Cool.
Because in the past he's had some really good videographers do all his videos with him.
I restarted the live stream, so maybe people will come back in and join us there. I don't know. What was the name of that? A Rookie's First Bikepacking Adventure?
Yeah.
I'll put a link to that as well. Now, is that on YouTube?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll put it in here.
I'll find it.
I'll attach it to our thing.
I'll find it.
But I liked it. I think, is that Celine Yeager's bike in the unpaved pierogi picture with the bag?
I don't know. I don't have
weird.
that
I knew that, but because Ted has that channel King of the Ride, which he's got a lot of awesome videos in general. Like I said, there's nothing better than watching a video instead of having to read a 4, 5, 6 page article.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was pretty good. Like I said, he's it's one of those vlogging kind of things, and you could see him how wrecked he gets to the end of the ride, and then
really
when he's in his hotel room or whatever, he just looks miserable.
That's interesting because you think about him as I think about him as being sort of somewhat invincible on the bike.
It makes him look human.
Okay,
which is awesome.
Okay,
but the race seemed ridiculous in the climbing and the terrain. It was pretty cool, worth a watch. Like I said, throw it on the YouTube, on the TV, and have yourself a beer.
A little lean back mode. I like those not long format videos. Some of them get too long. I mean, some of those live streams that some of these podcasters do, and they last like an hour. I can't watch that. No, I'm just kidding. I watch ours like 3 or 4 times. Got to bump those numbers up. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. I will definitely put a link to that, and I'll watch it. I think I saw that when it first came out. And it's one of those things that I never circle back to. So thank you for pointing that out to me. I started the live stream again. I don't know if you heard me say that. So
yeah, just bypassing it.
People will
we have
come
the audio
back to it or not. I don't really
Yeah, the old school way.
With all of the train wreck that was last week with the live stream, with the videos going away. But did you actually listen to the audio version of last week's podcast with the Unbound folks? I did.
Not the audio version.
I felt like I did I pulled out my old school audio editing tricks and chopped a lot of that stuff out. I think it came out really, really good. I was pretty excited about how that came out last week. So that's just, I'm patting myself on the back, but with all the issues and problems that we had, I was pretty excited about that. You want to do this or that?
No.
Okay. Well,
All right. Well, love you. Bye. No, just kidding. I came up with these.
Do you want to read them? You want me to read them?
You can read them. I don't. I actually meant to go over them with you again before.
That's okay.
You know, by 102 episodes, I do run out of ideas.
Yeah.
So we don't have a crazy Wes. We should have Wes just because he probably doesn't do anything at work. Jot some down and send them over to us.
He could also just watch the live stream and participate in the live stream.
He could change his hours. Do this with us.
Come join us again.
Remember when he was all hippity about it? Oh, I'm going to have the best hours ever. And he's the one working until 8.
Mm-hmm.
I get off at 5.
Yeah, I know. Okay, first
I
item.
can say whatever. He's not listening.
And if anybody's come back into the live stream,
I do love him.
I see Ted is here. Or there's some other people.
Is Wes here?
If anybody's come back into the live stream, please join in the this or that fun. First item on this week's this or that: cappuccino or a black cup of coffee.
Well, see, I know Rob's a big coffee guy, but you don't drink coffee.
No, I don't drink coffee. Oh, so this was a prep for our guest.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. Well, what's your answer?
I don't know. See, this is the ones I wrote, but I do love me a cappuccino, but sometimes just you get a good round of beans and a nice black cup of coffee. It's pretty good.
I feel like I don't drink coffee. Everybody knows that. I don't drink coffee.
It's crazy.
Not a coffee drinker.
Probably don't have teeth yet.
But I feel like just a regular black cup of coffee, very utilitarian, could be almost like comfort food. Because it's just normal. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you have the George, who's the good-looking George?
George Foreman? Foreman Grill?
No.
I make bacon on that every morning.
Are you serious?
No.
Oh.
That's another Office reference. Where Michael, he burned
his foot. With his foot? Yeah.
Yeah, he burned his foot on the Foreman Grill because it clamped down on his foot.
George Clooney. I have an espresso.
Oh, okay. The commercial. Okay.
Yeah. There's a lot of coffee snobs, I'm assuming, because it's a bike podcast, but I bought that to hold me over when I thought I was going to buy a nice espresso. Man, that thing is so easy. It's perfect every time. You just get the pods are biodegradable.
So that's espresso.
This is Nespresso.
Nespresso.
It's a Nespresso machine. It's an espresso. Gives you so I can do shots of espresso out of it.
Okay.
But I also have a frother and all the other stuff, so I can make like a latte or a mocha.
I do. Now I will say this: the one warm drink that I like is a chai tea latte.
Yeah, you found that out at Unpaved, didn't you?
No, there was something else that
before that.
No, I've been drinking on that for a while. I don't drink them a whole lot, but I do because they're expensive. I mean, you got to have a whole budget for like store bought coffee.
I was saying that's why that's nice to have at home because that out is expensive.
Yeah, I mean you're dropping coinage when you start buying those things and go into Starbucks. So that would be my answer.
I might go black cup of coffee, like something just you just put it on because I actually have a drip machine. I've done the pour over and French press. Same thing with these people are going to yell at us. But I like causing controversy.
Yeah. Hey, Max is pulling all the cables.
I don't know. Sometimes just set in a coffee pot and then it's done. I have been back on a cream and sugar kick lately.
Marcus said black cup of quality bean. That's kind of what you said.
So you got to have a nice.
Yeah.
So like the stuff I use right now, I think half the reason I put cream and sugar, it's like just a huge jar and it's okay. It's like Folgers, Maxwell House.
You want me to read Ted's answer? I got hooked on Vellicino's almond milk cappuccino cute barista helps. Actually, yeah, there you go.
Well, if you're lucky, I will wear an apron only and make you a Nespresso here. From Shannon, chai tea latte with almond milk.
Yeah.
So I use almond milk creamer, that stuff.
Absolutely.
Just add a little, well, also I'm lactose intolerant.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Just coffee. I know Rob, like I said, I should have saved these.
No,
big coffee guy.
That's okay. Second item on this week's This or That, a brand new, and I think I got the flavor of this, a brand new car, just an car, or an 80s Land Cruiser.
As your everyday driver.
As your everyday rider. Okay. Well, I think the answer is pretty obvious. Where are you at?
I'm going to pick. So this is another toss-up, though, because if you think practicality, it's an everyday car. The Land Cruiser is probably not your best everydayer.
Yeah, but
But then again, I work 2 miles from work.
Yeah, but I don't have anywhere to go. So
I'm going with the 80s Land Cruiser.
I'm going with the Land Cruiser too.
But the I do not want to be stranded, so I'd almost tip toss on that.
Well, when you say car, you mean like a Corolla? Like
I don't want to offend people.
No, I mean, but you're just talking about like a normal kind of sedan.
No bells and whistles, like
basic.
Yep, no computer screen in there. Just
a
you
basic
go this
car.
fast. You have this radio,
but it's brand new.
Yep.
And it's got all the warranties and things shouldn't break. So you've got some reliability. That's really what you're going. It's reliability versus
you
fun.
You can drive it to see your mom over the river and through the woods. And the Land Cruiser is definitely going to take you over the river and through the woods.
We can break these things down. The psychology behind your this or that's I find very, very interesting.
Yeah. They're not just a question. It's science.
Reliability and dependability versus fun with a little risk. So,
and it's pretty damn good.
And I think we both went with the fun with a little risk.
Only because I have a bike on the back, and but I got to keep it running. I got to work to keep it running.
Let's see. Anybody in the live stream? Marcus. No, Marcus jumped right in. He jumped right on an 80 Land Cruiser. Well, he could probably like take it apart and put it back together again.
Yeah.
So that's not going to be a problem for him. He's a man's man, and he's not going to worry about dependability. Okay.
Can we talk about Ted got about 600 kits this week?
Yeah, I know. Jeez,
he's got to ride his bike more to use them all.
Well, he got the Rodeo Labs.
Yeah.
Like with all the little lambs on it.
Lamboflage.
And I was looking for...
And then he got an unpaved one.
Yep.
Then he probably made himself one. And then he probably sewed one.
And he 3D printed it out of some polymer with, you know, and then put the...
He's got his little, what color is that?
Yeah. I do like the unpaved kit.
Oh, yeah. I forgot to get one last year.
I love the way that the jersey is kind of like one color, and sometimes like with the pack jerseys, the vest, it like mimics the jersey, right? You got a different watch on, dude.
No, this is my normal one.
Okay. And then, but the unpaid one, it's like goes completely different direction. It's kind of cool. I thought that was fun. I liked it a lot.
Marcus said so I got NATO bands for my watch because my regular watch strap was giving me rashes. Not on my Garmin, my other one.
Okay. That's what I did when you held that up.
This is my favorite watch of all time, but the straps sucked.
Okay.
I do like my Garmin still.
Now, do I have to get one of those? No, I'm not getting a new watch just because you got a watch.
I've had this watch.
I know, but you get a watch and you wear a watch, and I have to get a watch.
I cannot leave home without a watch on. All right.
Next item on this or that. Be the very first person to a ride and have to wait forever, or the last one to show up and be ready seconds before it starts. Okay, I get this. So are you? And I'm going to go
I've
ahead.
been both.
Give me your answer. What do you prefer, though?
Sometimes it sucks. Like, it sounds good to be the first person early, but you're anxious. You're waiting for everyone. You're like just sitting there. It's cold. Could be hot too. I'm assuming it's cold.
Okay.
You probably got to pee 4 times, or you're like suckers. You just roll in, and you're as soon as you're ready to go, it's just go off.
Yeah.
I almost want to be the late person.
Well, you didn't say late. You just said last one to show up. So you're timely and ready seconds before it starts. What you're really doing...
You're cutting out the social aspect.
And you're also stressing everybody else because they're going, well, he's not going to be ready. He's not going to be ready. And then you are.
Always.
Yeah. So that you're just kind of being... So I'm going to dive into the psychology behind another one of you this or that. Are you an early, get there early kind of a person? Like if you're not early, you're late kind of thing? Or are you just kind of like, who cares? I'll be there when I'm there. I'm just very, and you kind of chose the who cares, right?
I'm kind of both. Generally, I'm kind of both. Jess has to be there about, I don't know, an hour before everyone, which is good because it helps me.
Yeah.
We're always on time and everything's perfect.
So it balances out.
It balances out because half the time I'm like, unless like I have a set thing, people are waiting on me. I'm like, I get there when I get there. Or if it's, it's just kind of casual.
I've always been a, if you're not early, you're late kind of person.
Well, if it comes to work and you're an employee of mine, that's a different story.
I have always been a early instead of late.
So they're like work-wise, like, I know, but it's bike-related because I work at a bike shop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Tuesdays through Fridays, we kind of have this general 9 a.m. start time, which gives us a buffer. Man, if on Saturdays when we open it, because we get there at 9, but we don't open till 10. But I don't have people. We don't do that on Saturdays.
You have people looking in the window.
You have an employee that shows up right at 10 o'clock. Oh, I get so pissed.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, you got to get there half hour, 40 minutes early. Or to like 9:40.
Do they go?
Because we have group rides. We have stuff going on. People are waiting. It's a Saturday.
They go on a clock early?
They clock in, but some of them change their hours. I got to figure out how to change that. These suckers. They're smarter than me. Of course, this is the one episode they all listen to.
I would need to be there. I would need to be the first person to arrive. I
always am, but that's why I'm the manager. I got to make sure. It's not even a big thing, but
Marcus said, first person and wait, just chill and ponder existence. There we go. That's deep.
You can watch the YouTube's King of the Ride.
There you go. You got plenty of extra time to do your phone stuff. Ace, I like this one. I like your last one a whole lot.
This
is a very, very thought-provoking one. A scenic but brutal gravel ride with elevation. Okay. So there's a little suffer in this ride.
Oh, it's like going into the first climb of unpaved all day.
Or a smooth, fun, happy road ride.
I'm going to take my gravel bike on the smooth, happy road ride. That's how that's how Sunday's ride was.
No, you can't do that though.
I can't take my gravel bike on that?
So actually it doesn't really matter what you never said which kind of bike. You just chose the smooth, fun, happy road ride.
Yeah, I did. I chose that on the gravel podcast because sometimes that's just what you need.
What you need. Yeah. It's like I know back whenever you get, and not to switch gears again to another podcast, but when you're fishing hard for a certain type of fish, like I did a lot this summer in my tournament fishing, and then you get that break, it's so nice to just, I mean, I had more fun down there catching, 8-inch perch after in between those breaks of tournament fishing that it was, so it's almost like that, like little step back kind of low pressure, but
scenic and brutal.
So you had me though at scenic. That
was the thing I threw in there.
It's the reward for the suffer.
Maybe it's because I'm out of shape. I chose a fun road ride.
I would definitely take the brutal ride with elevation. We talked about this before. I actually kind of enjoy climbing.
You do?
I enjoy climbing more than I enjoy descending. That sounds weird, but I actually enjoy that kind of like grind of the climb.
No, climbing isn't bad when I got 1142 and a 32 small ring up front.
You
just sit there.
Yeah, but you always eventually kind of reach a. If it's a long climb, you're going to hit the wall at some point.
Never turn on the motor. Get Brett Chatterton and take you up.
throw the bike on the car. You got Jess behind you going, "You go, Joey, go." So we disagree on that one, but let's see. What did folks say? Ted, scenic and brutal. I like to suffer. Pretty. I like that. Yeah, he likes to wear his pretty kits and suffer pretty. Marcus Shannon says, fun, easy road ride. I say adventure on brutal ride. Because the men.
Marcus is all right, fine.
All the men chose to.
Well, I'll ride with Shannon.
There you go.
I'm sure Jess would choose the scenic brutal ride, and I'll take the fun, lovely road ride.
Well, you did a great job. I was so excited this morning.
Sequoia for life.
You texted me this morning, show notes done.
You were like, no. I was like, no, I did them.
and I put the question mark at the end of it. Like you were asking me, have I finished the show notes yet? Because then you immediately were like, something I wanted to add. And I was like, no, I haven't started them yet. I'll go look. And then you were like, no. I've done the show notes.
And do you want burgers for dinner?
I know, it's crazy. And we didn't even talk about that.
Oh, I didn't talk about the 3 pounds of jalapenos I cooked on the smoker.
Oh, my goodness. Joey made
Make sure
feast.
we run into that in the fishing one.
Oh, yeah. So anybody wants to hear about that,
Go to the next one.
Go to the next one because we're definitely talking about
Sure,
that.
Marcus will be there.
I'm going to give you kudos and props and all the goodness because that was delicious. Jalapeno poppers wrapped in bacon.
I wish I would have just... So next time, just want to do them fresh. They were amazing fresh. I had way more saved, but I kept eating them.
if they were better yesterday, and I'm sure they probably were than they were today.
They had just a different crisp to them.
Just delicious today. So.
It was the chorizo I cooked and added to the cream cheese. I think that's my favorite part.
Yeah.
And some honey from Nadine.
Oh.
You ever get a jar of honey from her?
No.
Oh, sucks to suck.
Sucks to be
She
me.
brought me and Jess a jar for our
you fixed
marriage.
you fixed the bike.
She brought it because we got married. Didn't even bite. Well, it all ties back. But I have a little bit of that left, and I took a spoon of that, and
Nice.
those poppers and that chipotle salsa stuff. That burned the hair off your nose. It should have been sweeter, not hotter. Oh, well.
Well, they were delicious. They were absolutely delicious, and it's going to be the cover photo. So if anybody wants to see it will definitely be the cover photo. We've successfully filled up an hour, Joey.
We are pretty good at that.
We are really good at that. Just talking
Just
nonsense.
happens.
I know. I don't feel like we did a lot of bike stuff tonight, but we did a little
We
bit
always
of bike
do.
stuff.
It can't always be bikes.
Do you have, we just discovered the poppers was the thing before we shut anything, but do you have anything else before we shut this down?
No, I did get some comments on my Instagram post. Couple about tires and messages and stuff.
Mhm.
Those Pathfinders, obviously we rave about them, and they do come in 650s.
Okay.
So I can, just like you do all the time, I like riding Sequoia for what I'm at and where I would ride my All City. I was no slower and no more fatigued on those tires than
I think
they're just.
I mean,
They're amazing.
I can definitely feel the speed when I go to the Roubaix, but I don't feel.
You're
a
machine.
I can feel the increase in the speed, but I don't feel slow
yeah.
on the Diverge on the Pathfinders. So I think there's a subtle difference there. I know I'm not as fast as I am on the Roubaix, but at the same time, I don't feel like I'm going slow, like I'm dragging, like the bike's dragging on me. So even though I'm not going as fast,
Yeah.
So that's
Did get a pizza rack in for all you gravel adventure buddies.
nice.
And what is a woman buddy? Everyone's just buddies.
Just a buddy.
Just a buddies.
Yeah,
All
buddies.
buddies. Because we haven't had pizza racks in a while.
Why did that all of a sudden show up?
Because I ordered it like in August.
Like
Like we're at a
August
time right now where we're just stuff shows up.
you ordered it
So,
August of 2018.
What's amazing about it right now? Some insight in the bike industry. Like, so I did a preseason, and Specialized you hit a certain dollar amount. Everyone has, you hit dollar amounts, you get free ship. Well, like this preseason, like they have to be losing so much money in shipping. So I spent a lot of money. Like there's a comma or so in there and there's a bigger number on the one side of it than the other. A lot of money. So I hit that, and since everything is on back order, we get free shipping on everything. If I put a mask and it ships, it's like a minimum $7 postal fee. That mask gets sent by itself, so I don't wait in bulk. So I'm getting one by one a helmet, and their boxes are big.
Yeah, I hear you. So that
Oh yeah, I am like taking them down on shipping, not on purpose.
when normally you would do a big order and everything would come in,
In one
in
Pit Ohio truck on
one or
like
two.
6 or 7 pallets.
yeah,
Yeah,
Now
stacked.
you're getting rando. Oh,
Yep. So we get a helmet here, helmet there.
They'll figure out a way to catch up on it.
Nah, they just took all our money already.
So Ted did want to chime in. His Flanimal 5 is slated to arrive tomorrow. So
Do you get an income tax break on that like a kid?
I don't know. I am really excited to start seeing pictures of that as opposed to Ted in his kits. That's going to be exciting
Yeah.
for me.
I do like seeing Ted in his kit though.
I do too. I was that one with the Rodeo Labs with the sheep all over it. I tried to find. I had a picture when I actually encountered Herman the sheep, the Trek sheep, Herman, and I have a selfie with Herman the sheep, and I was trying to find that to send it to Ted, but I couldn't.
Jeez.
I couldn't come up with it. Okay, thanks everybody for listening to this episode of Mid-Atlantic Gravel Travel and Dirt. This is a listener-supported podcast by amazing, incredible people on Patreon and or PayPal. And folks, our show can be found wherever you find your favorite podcast, including YouTube.
Paper Pal.
You got to watch it in 2 episodes this week,
Yeah.
and you have to suffer through what we did last week. But, you can watch it on YouTube. But how can folks get in touch with us, Joey, if they want to do so?
They can go to our website at graveltraveldirt.com. Our phone number is 410-231-3850. I use that number for... We should have like rewards programs with that number somewhere. And everyone can use it.
They're everywhere.
We should do like an REI dividend thing with that, or like gas points. Our Instagram. Like if you want to be part of the GTD family, you go to Giant or whatever. The problem is everyone's got different grocery stores, and we all get the Shell points or something. And then,
tell you what,
then someone can cash in. We won't know who it is.
That's a great idea.
I think that'd be fun. We should do some type of reward thing.
I had a friend one time.
Do you ever go to Giant and just start hitting phone numbers? And get lucky?
No, I had a friend. I don't want to say her name because she may listen. A good friend that had an ex-husband, and she used his phone number, and he would go to the Giant, and so she was like snaking all of his points after they split up.
We want to get nasty real quick. I dated a crazy pirate hooker, and somehow there was a couple things. One of them was the movie theaters. She always went to movies, and you get the points. Mm-hmm. Well, I had the login. I'd wait, and I would buy tickets just when I knew she would have like a $20 coupon. Oh, I wouldn't go to the movie. I would just buy $20 worth of tickets.
You were that guy? Oh, Joey.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Wes wasn't on. Like we just, yeah. Stuff. There's another things. Anyway.
We may cut this last part out, Joey.
I don't care. No shame.
Mid-Atlantic Gravel, Travel, and Dirt is recorded this week from right here in Joey's kitchen, right at the kitchen table. Thanks for riding along with us, everybody. Until next time, do good, be nice, go slow, respect others, stay healthy.
Was that being nice?
Yeah. To yourself. You were being nice to yourself with that.
Yeah, it was fun.
There you go.
Yeah. Love you, bye.
Love you, bye.